The ____ Templar is now live. Streaming the Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, Skull Wine Glass Vampire Goth Wine Glass Skull Reading Session. Now that Martin is safe, we need to found more about Mythic Dawn Cult. Heavy check mark live online under the category The Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion. The uptime begins.
Greetings everyone, how you doing? So, greetings. So, we did, we're going to play Oblivion, of course. We're going to start, I told you earlier that I will come back during the night just to make the second part today. And tonight, of course, not today, tonight. For me, it's 9:44 p.m. I was telling you guys that I was coming back and I'm going to do a reading session. I have a couple books that I want to read, so I learn a little bit more about lore, and I want to learn more about what is inside of the books as well, because most of people just keep the books, they just open and then just, instantly just drop it or just ignore them. Well, but like I said, the best part of this game is that you have books, so you can learn from it, learn from the what is the name, from the lore, for you to understand the lore, everything that you need, right? So the good thing is that I have a couple books on me, on the Mage Guild. I am in the Mage Guild, and since Martin is safe on the Cloud Rule Temple of Akaviri, it's a good time for us to read some books, chill out a little bit, and learn a little bit more about the lore of the game, of course. It's the same thing when you just go and eat and you don't know how to make it. Food is, or what is made of, is really, really bad, right? So we need to check it out, what kind of lore or content has inside of the books. I'm really not going to read all the books on Oblivion, but I will read a lot of books for sure. I want to learn a little bit more about the lore. So, as you guys know, Martin is safe on the Cloud Rule Temple, and he's waiting for the Amulet of Kings. We might need to visit him later, but we have a quest that shows that we need the third and the fourth book for Zex's Mysterium book from the Mythic Down cult, so we can find them and actually try to recover back the Amulet of the Kings. And for that thing, we need to do a lot of quests, I assume. So today we're going to show a little bit. It will be a reading session. We might do one or two, maybe, quests, and then we call it. We're going to do a short stream as well. A short stream, and we're going to do a reading session basically based. We might, till we don't finish the books, we don't leave it, okay? We don't going to leave, because I want to learn more about books. I think I have 5 books or 6 books I want to read, so I want to learn a little bit more about what is Daedra, what is the Dagon, who is Cameron, who is the darkness book. So I want to read all of them, basically to know what's going on inside of the story line, of course. Like I said, there is a lot of books, very interesting books. I'll learn about simulation in the game, and we need to learn about what's going on the storyline. So for that, we need to read books, and we need to learn more about the content or the virtual world that is Oblivion, and learn a little bit more about them. Okay, so further ado, we're going to be right back. Okay, I'll show you guys. We're going to enter into Oblivion worlds, and we're going to read but in a bit I'll be back like in 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, see you guys in a bit. GG. And we are back. Back. I'm going to drink a little bit of water. I need liquids, so here we go. So let's jump into Oblivion and see how it goes, okay? This game is really good. I love it. It has a lot of content. It's awesome. I don't know how much time I will play, like in a year or something, but it is a great game for sure. So let's go and load. It has a great game. It's a great game. So we are here on the Mage Guild. As you guys can see, there is these three people here and one Argonian. Basically, they are reading. We're going to read as well. Okay, so let's go. And the first book that we're going to choose is, yeah, we have 5 books. We read already the Mythic Town Commentaries 1. So we're going to listen this basically. So Mysterious Akavir and the Book of Daedra. We're going to read the Darkest Darkness. Actually, we're going to read it right now. The Darkest Darkness. In Morrowind, both worshippers and sorcerers summon lesser Daedra and bound Daedra as servants and instruments. Most Daedric servants can be summoned by sorcerers only, for very brief periods, within the most fragile and tenuous frameworks of command and binding. This fortunately limits their capacity for mischief. Though it is only a few minutes, most of these servants can do terrible harm to their summoners as well as their enemies. Worshippers may bind other Daedric servants to this plan through rituals and pacts. Such arrangements result in the Daedric servant remaining on this plane indefinitely, or at least until the bodily manifestation of this plane are destroyed, precipitating their supernatural essence back to the Oblivion. Whenever Daedra are encountered at Daedric ruins or in tombs, they are almost invariably long-term visitors to our plane. Or I may say to our world, right? So likewise, lesser entities bound by the Dyer's lords into weapons and armor may be the summon of the brief periods, or may persist indefinitely, so long as they are not destroyed and banished. The class of the bound weapons and bound armor summoned by temple followers and conjurers are examples to short-term bindings. That artifacts like Menrune's razor and the mask of Clavicus' wheel are examples of long-term bindings. The Tribunal Temple of Morrowind has incorporated the veneration of Daedra as the lesser spirits subservient to the immortal Alma-Zivi, the triune godhead of Alma Alexia, Sota Sil, and Vivek. These are subordinated Daedra are divided into the good Daedra and the bad Daedra. The good Daedra have willingly submit to the authority of the Alma-Zivi. The bad Daedra are rebel who defy Alma-Zivi. Treacherous, keen, who are more often adversaries than allies. The good Daedra are Boethia, Azura, and Mephala. The Anger is a powerful and violent lesser Daedra, associated with Boethia, father of plots, the sinuous, long-limbed, long-tailed creatures with beast in skull's head, noted for his paralyzing touch and his ability to disintegrate weapons and armor. Winged Twilight is the message of Azura, goddess of the dust and dawn. Winged Twilights resemble the feral harpies of the West. Throughout the family, aspects of the Winged Twilights are more ravishing, and their long, sharp, hooked tails are immeasurably more deadly. Spider Daedra are the servants of Mephala, taking the form of a spider humanoid centaurs, with a naked upper head, torso, and arms of the human proportions, mounted on the 8 legs and armored carapace of a giant spider. Unfortunately, these Daedra are the fierce and irrational, then they cannot be trusted to heed the commands of the spinner. As a consequence, few sorcerers are willing to either summon or bind such creatures in Morrowind. The bad Daedra are Mehrunes, Dagon, Malakath, Sheogorath, and Molakbal. 3 lesser Daedra are associated with Mehrunes, Dagon, the Agile and the pesky scamp, the ferocious and beast-like clan Fear, and the noble of deadly Dremora. The crocodile-headed humanoid Daedra called Daedroth is a servant of Molakbal, which is a giant but dim-witted Ogrim in a servant of Malakath. Segaroth, lesser Daedra, the Golden Saint, half-clothed human female in appearance, in highlight resistance to magic and a dangerous spellcaster. Another type of lesser Daedra, often encountered in Morrowind, is the Astronauts, the elemental Daedra. Astronauts have no binding, kinship, or alignments with the Daedra Lord, serving one realm or another with them, shifting sides according to seduction, compulsion, or opportunity. Well, it's good, you see. Darkest Darkness, I thought was about, I don't know, the night or something. It was also about Daedric, and it was good. Now we know there is some types of Daedric lords that needs to be basically knowing about. Some are good, some are bad, so yeah. So the next book we're going to call The Mysterious Akavir. Mysterious Akavir. Akavir means dragon land. Tamariel means Dawn's beauty. Atamora means elderwood. Only the Red Guards know Yokuda even meant. Akavir is the kingdom of the beasts. No man or mortal alive in Akavir. through men once did. These men were eaten long ago by the vampiric serpent folk of Zayeski. Had they not been eaten, these men would have eventually migrated to Tamriel. The Norse left Atmora for Tamriel. Before them, the elves have abandoned Adamaris for Tamriel. The Red Guards destroyed Yokuda so they could make their journey. All the men and Mer know Tamriel is the nexus of creation, where the last war will happen, where the gods unmade Lochon and left their adamantine tower of secrets. Who knows what Akaviri think of Tamriel, but ask yourself, why have they tried to invade it 3 times or more? There are 4 major nations of Akavir: Kamal, Taeski, Tangmo, and Kapo Tun. When they are not busy trying to invade Tamriel, they are fighting with each other. Kamal is showing hell. Kamal is a snow hell. Demons live there, armies of them. Every summer they thaw out and invade Tangmo, but the brave monkey folk always drive them away. Once Adamsum Dim Kamal, king among demons, attempt to conquer Morwen, but Almalexia and the Underking destroy him at Red Mountain. Taeski, the Snake Palace, once the strongest power in Akavir, before the Tiger Dragon came. The Serpent Folk hate all of the men of Akavir a long time ago, but still kind of look like them. They are tall, beautiful, if frightening, covered in gold scales, and immortal. They enslaved the goblins of the surrounding islands, who provide labor and fresh blood. The holdings of Tsaeski are widespread. When natives of Tamriel think of the Akaviri, they think of the Serpent Folk. Because of one ruled the Cyrodiil Empire for 400 years in the previous era. He was a potentate Presidium Sae, assassinated by the Morag tongue. Morag Mo, the Thousand Monkey Island, there are many breeds of monkey folk, and they are all kind, brave and simple, and many are also very crazy. They can rise armies when they must, or all the other Akaviri nations have, and one time or another try to enslave them. They cannot decide who they hate more, the snakes or the demons, but ask one, and he will probably say snakes. The once bitter enemies, the monkey folk, are now allies with the tiger folk of Kapotun. Kapotun is the tiger dragon's empire. The cat folk here are ruled by the divine Toshkaraka, the tiger dragon. They are now a very great empire, stronger than Taeski. Through thought not at sea. After the serpent folk ate all the men, they tried to eat all the dragons. They managed to enslave the red dragons, but the black ones have fled to Dan Potun. A great war was waged, which left both cats and snakes weak, and the dragons all dead. Since that time, the cat folk have tried to become the dragons. Toskaraka is the first to succeed. He is the largest dragon in the world, orange and black, and he has very many new ideas. First Toskaraka says is that we kill all the vampire snakes. Then the Tiger Dragon Empire wants to invade Tamriel. So it's kind of cool. Akavir, it's good for us to know where the term Akavir came from. And we see that there is a couple nations that are Akavir. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty good. So what we're going to read now is the book of Daedra. The Book of Daedra. These are excerpts from this length tome, describing the nature of each of Daedra. Azura, whose sphere is dusk and dawn, the might in between realms and twilight, known as the Moon Shadow, Mother of the Rose, and the Queen of the Night Sky. Boethia, whose sphere is deceit and conspiracy, and the secret plots of murder, assassination, treason, and the unlawful overthrow of authority. Clavicus Vil, whose sphere is the granting of the power and wishes through ritual invocations and pact. Armanius Mora, whose sphere is scrying of the tides of fate of the past and the future, as read the stars and heavens, and in whose domination are the treasures of knowledge and memory. Yrsin, whose sphere is the hunt, the sport of Daedra, the great game, the chase, known as the huntsman and the father of man-beasts. Malakath, whose sphere is the patronage of the spurned, ostracized, the keeper of the sworn oath and the bloody curse. Menruz Dagon, whose sphere is destruction, change and revolution, energy and ambition. Mapala, whose sphere is obscured to mortals, known by the names of web spinner, and spider, whose those only consistent theme seems to be interference in the affair of mortals in her amusement. Meridia, whose sphere is obscured to mortals, who is associated with energies of living things. Molakbal, whose sphere is the domination and enslavement of mortals, whose desire is to harvest the souls of mortals and bring mortal souls within his way by spreading seed of strife and discord in the mortal realms. Namira, whose sphere is the ancient darkness, known as Spirit Daedra, rule of sundry dark and shadowing spirits, associated with spiders, insects, slugs, and other repulsive creatures which inspire mortals with an instinctive revulsion. Nocturnal, whose sphere is the night and darkness, who is known as the Night Mistress. Perrite, whose sphere is the ordering of the lowest orders of the oblivion, known as Taskmaster. Sanguine, whose sphere is hedonistic, revelry, and debauchery. The passionates indulge darker natures. Sergorath, whose sphere is madness, and whose motives are unknowable. Vyrminia, whose sphere is the realm of dreams and nightmares, and for those who realm issues forth evil omens. Special marked for special interest under the heading Malakath, you find the reference of Scorch, Bless, and Malakath, dedicated to those. The use of mortals in short and reference suggests that any dead attempting to evoke the weapon's powers will expel into void streams of oblivion. Of the legendary artifacts of the Daedra, many are well known, like Azura Star and the Sagar of Awavajak. Others are less well known, like Scourge, Makath, Hammer, Bane of Daedra. Yet through Malakath blessed Scourge to be potent against Daedra kin. He thought not that it should fall into Daedra hands, then to serve as a tool for private war among Caitiff and Forsaken. Thus these Malakath curse device such that should any dark kin seek to invoke the powers, that a void should open and swallow that Daedra and purge him into the oblivion void streams from dense and pacifying back to the real and unreal world in the full order of time. This is the Book of Daedra, all the gods and stuff. And now for the last but not least, we have the Mythic Dawn commentaries too, that was given by the Argonian here on the Mage Tower. So let's read. Commentary of Mysterious Zarzex, Book 2 by Mankar Camoran. Whosoever findeth this document, I call him brother. Answer our liberations, where the slaves are Malbioj, that came to know Numantia, cast down the jailer king. Mastiak, which the Zarses Mysterian calls the Archaean. Mastiak, whose carcass was dragged through the streets by his own bone. Walkers, and whose flesh were opened on the rocks thereon. Those angels who love him no longer did drink from his honey high inches of screen. Let all know free will, and do as they will. Our coming was foretold, my brother, but the Lord Dagon, in his book of razors, you are to come as idols drop away from you one by one. You are exalting in the eyes that have not yet set on you. You swain to well, travel to shatter of mantles. You brother are to sit with me in the paradise and the release of the unknowns. Indeed, I shall know you, his book and its full and many feathered rubric, so that you can put into symbols what you already know. The sphere of destruction is but the milk of the unslaved. I fault not your stumbling, for they are expected and given grace by the oils. I crave not your downfalls. Through without them you might surpass me, even in the coming earth of infinities. Lord Dagon wish you no hills but the mementos, and he wants and as he wants, you must want, and so learn from the pages of the goddess the ritual of want. Whisper the earth to earth, where the midlows take no stones except blood, and the blood is blood, and the crack of bone, and the bone is bone. So the crack has the answer to fall before one and one. I call you the dragon. As brother and king hides a true 7 and 7 drop of oil, 1 and 1 circles run of by wet debilities, 3 concentric, and let their lower blood fall where it may. A birth watch by blackbirds, earth fire first, incant the following when your hearing becomes blurred. In rapture, he who finally goes unrecorded, recorded the slaves that without knowing turned to the wheel, enslaved all the children, and the armies as it is. Okay, so we finish the 4 books that we wrote. We're going to save. Save. Here we go. And now we're going to do some quests. Already past 35 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to...
What is it, citizen?
To the library. We're going to library. Let me drink. Let me drink a little bit of. Oh, this way.
Hello there.
Hello.
Do you know Mandela? I hear he's good with locks.
Rumor has it that you'll teach others to pick locks.
So long.
Farewell.
It's a good shop they run. Heard any news from the other provinces?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
Interesting.
Have you ever browsed the goods at Three Brothers Trade Goods?
Cicero, Sergius, and Tertullian run a good shop.
Good
You want
day.
to learn to fall off a building?
What is it?
She's the one to talk to.
Take care.
Good day. You have my ear, citizen.
Okay, let's go here.
What?
Okay. Okay, we're going to the first edition here. So let's go.
What?
Barter.
Need a book? You've come to the right place.
I don't need a book. I'm going to set this. So this. So this. Okay.
Thank you for your business.
Okay.
This is the only bookstore in the city. There's also Renoir's books in Coral, Machna's in Cheydinhall, and Southern Books in Leeuwin.
Okay, do you know anything, my friend, about Mysterium Zactus?
You must be referring to Mankar Cameron's commentaries on the Mysterium Xarxes, a common mistake. It comes in 4 volumes. The first 2 volumes are rare, but you may run across them from time to time. The 3rd and 4th are impossible to find.
I need the 3rd and 4th volume.
I happen to have a copy of Volume 3 on hand, but I'm afraid it is a special order. Already paid for by another customer. Sorry. Gwyneth would be terribly disappointed if it was gone when he came to pick it up. So sorry I can't help you.
So, commentaries volume 3?
I'm afraid I couldn't sell it to you for any price. I've already promised it to someone else, and my word is my bond.
Okay, how about commentaries volume 4?
I wish I had one, but I have never even seen a copy.
Okay. How about Winners?
I don't know him personally, but he was very eager to get his hands on Volume 3 of Cameron's commentaries. Came all the way from Valenwood. As a
Valenwood?
matter of fact, he's already late for his appointment to pick up the book. Feel free to wait for him if you want to speak to him yourself.
Okay, how about commentary volume?
I'm afraid I couldn't sell it to you for any price. I've already promised it to someone else, and my word is my bond.
Okay, my friend.
Good day.
Okay, let's switch here. Wait an hour.
Interesting. What can I do for you?
Commentaries volume 3.
Have you been following me? Leave me alone. That book is mine.
I want to buy from you.
It isn't for sale. You'll have to find a copy somewhere else.
Tell me about your Mr. John cult.
The Mythic Dawn? Are you... I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about any cult.
You are... Don't play stupid.
Very well. I can see you're familiar with Mankar Cameron's commentaries. I know that Daedric cults are not quite the thing socially, but that's just foolish prejudice and superstition. For the adventurous, open-minded thinker, Daedric worship holds many rewards.
They killed Imperi for...
What? The Mythic Dawn were the ones? You have to believe me. I truly had no idea. I mean, I knew they were a Daedric cult. Mankar Cameron's views on Mehrunes Dagon are fascinating, revolutionary even. But to murder the Emperor, Mara preserve us.
I better give me that book.
Yes, of course. I don't want anyone to think I had anything to do with their insane plots. Here, Volume 3 is yours. What you do with it is your business.
Ooh, I need the fourth book as well.
You can only get Volume 4 directly from a member of the Mythic Dawn. I had set up a meeting with the sponsor, as he called himself. Here, take this note they gave me. It tells you where to go. I don't want anything else to do with the Mythic Dawn.
Ooh, baby.
What is it?
Alright. So... let's sit down here a little bit. Sorry, mates. So, Mythic Dawn Commentaries 3. It was easy and simple how to manipulate the guy and say, give me that shit or you get bad complication, you will have big problems. And he was like, oh sure, can I have a fucking note for the Mythic Dawn? Take it. And I say, well done, boy. Okay, Commentaries of Mr. Zardes, Book 3, by Mankar Cameron. The tower touched all the mantles of heaven. Brother Novitiates, and by its apex one can be as the will, more, be as he was, and yet change for all else on that path for those that walk after. This is the third key of the new Mantia, and the secrets of all mortal becomes makers, and makers back to mortals. The bones of will need to their flesh, and that is the mankind heirloom. Oaths breakers, be aware for their traitor run through the mnemic paths, rune dogs of prolix gods. The Dagon's blood have hidden ascension in 6,000 years of ethereal labyrinth, which is arena, which they yet deny its oath bound. By the book, take this key and pierce it, the divine shell that enclosed the mantle takers, the skins of gold, scarab arbex, whole of the oath breakers, of the skin of gold. The Zarzak's mission says, be fooled not by the forlorn that ride astray the roadway, for they lost faith, and this losing was caused by Aedra. Oh, it was not from Daedra, it was from Aedra, who would know no other planets. Hereby, the words of Lord Dagon instructs us to destroy this faithless, eat the bleed, dry the gone, forlorn, and grain the small will that led them to talk to the path of Godhead. At the first, spit out or burn to decide that which made them delay. Known then them as the Mnemoli. Every new limb is paid for by the underknown. See, brother, and give not more to the Hydra. Reader, you will sense a shadow shore soon. The room you are in right now will grow eyes and voices. The candle or spelllight you read, these will become gateways for the traitors I have mentioned. Scorn them and fear not. Call them names, call their base natures. I, the Mankar of stars, I am with you, and I come to take you to the paradise, where the tower traitors shall hang on the glass rack until they smile with the new revolution. That is your ward against the Minoli. They run blue through noise and shine only when the earth trembles with the eruption of the newly mantle. They tell them, go, Gartok, Eminem, God is come. Numi Mora, Numi Dalai Mnem. Once you walk in the mythic, it surrenders its powers to you. Myth is not more than the first one's unutterable truth. Ponder this while searching for the fourth key. Understand the laws of the arcanature will fall always like heat. First tower dictated to render and the mutant bound where he may do no more harm. As god of Mundus, alike shall the progeny split from the divine sparks. We are 8 time, 8 is arch. Let the home of Padmai say us soul exit. Him, those who know it can reshape the land. Witness the home of the Red King once jungle. He that enters paradise enters in his own mother. I Almaruma, the Arbis endeth in all ways. Endeth we seek through our dawn. O endeth falter now begun with the wayside of orphans that feed me. Follow and I shall adore you from inside. Must first daughter run from the Dragonite road. Her name was Ruma, and I hate her with no bread, and made another witch learn. And I love that one of blackbirds forming twin behind old time. Starlight is your mantle, brother. Wear it to see by, and add its light to paradise. Here we go, guys. We have again the 3 books. Now we're going to read the note of Venus. Venus, your interest in the writings of the Master has been noted. You are taking the first step toward the true enlightenment. Preserve, and you may yet join the exalted ranks of the chosen. If you wish to continue further down the path of dawn, you will need the 4th volume of the Master Commentaries of Mysterious Artists. It can be obtained only from a member of the Order of the Mystic Dawn. As your design sponsor, I will pass on you my copy to you if you deem you're worthy. Study the first 3 volumes of the Master's writings. Look for the hiding meaning in his words as best as you are able. When you are ready, come to sunken sewers under the Helven Gardens in the Imperial City. Come alone. Follow the main tunnel until you reach the room with the table and chair. Sit down. I will meet you there and give you what you desire. The sponsor. All right, boys. As you guys know, I have the book. Let me just go up. We are uncovering, let me see one thing here. We are uncovering the route basically for the mythic down, right? we need a bed,
Have you seen Othralos moving
kind
around?
of purse,
It's like he sometimes just disappears. Afternoon. He's a sneaky one.
merchant's inn. I need a bed.
Lynette, what can I do for you?
Bed.
I do have a bed available for 20 gold a night. Would you like to rent it? Very good. It's up the stairs there, first door on your left. Sleep well.
Okay.
Farewell.
First left. Okay. First left. First one, right? What is this? Galerian, the Mystic. The Mystic. Letter. Okay, I can do nothing. So I'm going to rest 1 hour. Okay, so we have willpower. How much points do I have? 2. I'm going to put it in one willpower. There we go. Personality. Endurance. No. In strength. Yes. Okay. Let me see here. I got 240. Okay, guys. Let's go in 6 p.m. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, actually, no. Let me see one thing here. Your interest is writing on master has been noted. You are taking the first steps towards enlightenment. Persevere, and you may yet turn result in the ranks of Shuzu. If you wish to continue further down the path of Dhan, you will need 4th volumes of master commentaries. It can be obtained from a member of Mr. Dhan and design is possible. Pass on a copy of the study the first volumes. Okay. When you're ready, come to Sunken Sewers under the Elven Gardens in the Imperial City. Come alone. Follow the main tunnel until you reach the room with a table and a chair. Sit down and I'll meet you there and I'll give you what you desired. Okay, boys. As you guys saw, I have everything done. I have everything done, literally. I have everything done. I'll be prepared to do the stuff. Do I have anything to sell? It was a good reading session. We got the first, the second, and the third book. We're going next time to get the 4th volume. We have the invitation here. It what we're gonna do by tomorrow. We're going to get the 4th invitation, and we might need, I don't know, but I assume that we might need to go to the Cloud Temple for Akiviri to talk with Martin, so he can study basically these books. After he study and recognize them and learn, I think we might know the next clue for us to get the Amulet of Kings. I assume, I don't know. So yeah, so let's save here. Oh, let's save here. Save. Here. We already we already played 4 hours and 29 minutes. That's pretty good. We're going to close here. Quit for today because we already are making 1 hour of stream. I told you guys it's a short stream for today. It's for me around 23 p.m. 11 p.m. So almost bedtime, right? I'm not going to bed, but it's almost time bed. And tomorrow, give me a second. And tomorrow we're going to play more. We're going to play more, and we're going to continue the storyline because it's a very interesting storyline. I'm enjoying a lot, and I also want to know about more the Dagon's and his followers, the Mythic Town, to see what's going on behind the schemes and tragedy, why they killed the Uriel Septim, and now why they are trying to kill Martin Septim as well. And for that we need to uncover the Mythic Town, right? And we need to learn more about them as well. So tomorrow we're going to try to get the 4th book, and maybe, I don't know, we need to contact Martin so he can learn more about the books, and after you learn more about the books, he can tell us the next step for us to find the Amulet of Kings. And after that, we just need to get the Amulet of Kings so we can turn on the light in the Imperial City and fight against Diedric God or whatever. And after that, we are free to do whatever we want in the world, and we're going to make a lot of stuff, a lot of decisions. I don't know if I want to go and be a vampire yet, but I will try to learn and see how it goes. So yeah, so further ado, guys, I will leave you guys with some music, and I hope you guys enjoyed the reading section and all the jazz that we did to uncover. We've made the investigation. Today was the day for investigation and see how we deal with the Mythic of Dawn and no more. So we get the 3rd book by manipulating the character, right, the Gwyneth, and now we have basically the for sure, right, the 4th book when we met with the Danguard guy that want to be our host, right? And after that, let's see what's going on. I'm kind of curious. It's really nice, and I hope they get the Amulet of Kings. But let's see how it goes, okay? And see where these take the path with, what kind of path they'll go. Basically, we are following basically the main storyline. There is a bunch of storylines in the map and a lot of quests. We're going to do them, but like I said, I'm playing 120% this game because last time that I played, I didn't finish. I got my Steam account robbed, hacked and stuff a long time ago. I think it was in 2000 or something like that. And then I recovered. I brought a game right now on Medieval Fest, and it was really cool. So for the ado, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow with more content. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for support. Thank you very much for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow, and peace. That's the boss. Have a good night, boys. See you tomorrow.